What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to Bruce and Stephanie Comics. My name is Bruce and today is December 1st of 2022. We are in the last month of 2022. It is also the month of December, which means the start of Advent calendars. And Stephanie, the most amazing person in the world, got me this little, got me a Funko Pop Dragon Ball Z Advent calendar, and this is the first one I got today. How cool is that? Every single day I will get a cool little Funko Pop Dragon Ball Z character to put in my little Funko Pop shelf. I'll put a picture up on the screen right now of what that is. It has last year's Harry Potter, and then we're gonna continue this year into Dragon Ball Z. Did you guys get an Advent calendar? If you didn't, they are one of the most fun things to celebrate the Christmas season. If you do celebrate Christmas, if you celebrate Hanukkah, you have 17 more days to the start of your amazing holiday, and then you get 8 crazy nights of amazing fun. So get ready for that if you're not. But guys, this is the new final order cutoff, speculation, and recommendation video. That's right guys, I'm switching up my final order cutoff video. It's no longer all just speculation, even though we're still gonna have that at the beginning of the video, but then we're gonna follow that up with my recommendations to read. That's right guys, any new #1 or any really good books that I think you guys should be reading are gonna be at the end of the video, because you know what? Speculation is not everything for comic books. No, it's a small piece of the hobby, and I wanna make sure I am highlighting everything, both speculation, but also the reads, because that's what I am really into. I love collecting comics for the actual stories. I do enjoy speculation, but guys, the main part of the hobby for me is on the other side in the read, so that's why I am adding it into this final order cutoff video. So the new title of the video is Final Order Cutoff, Speculation, and Recommendations. Alright guys, now that you have the download on this new badass final order cutoff speculation video, we're gonna dive right into final order cutoff speculation. But before we do that, we are gonna go over my 2 weekly reminders about speculation. But if you guys are seasoned speculators, guys, look down in the description below. There are timestamps which you can skip these 2 weekly reminders. But if you guys are new to speculation, stick around and hear these 2 reminders. Alright guys, my first reminder that I have for you guys, and I've said this every single time on my speculation video, is the most important thing that you guys need to do is do your own research. Guys, I'm going to talk about books that have speculation, and I am going to give you my opinion on what I think are the best investments. But what you guys need to do is go check out the comic book YouTubers you trust, other comic book websites that you trust, and other comic book apps that you trust. Gather the most information possible so that way you guys can make the best decisions possible for yourself. Because remember, you're spending your own hard-earned money on these books. Not my money, your money. And the last and final reminder that I have for you guys is that there are delays in comic books. So sometimes a book will show up multiple times on final order cutoff, and that is because its release date got moved for one reason or another. So I just want to give you guys that information in case you see a book multiple times on these videos, and that is because its release date got moved for one reason or another. All right guys, those are my 2 reminders. Let's go ahead and dive in to final order cutoff speculation. Alright guys, now before we dive into the actual speculation, I want to let you guys know, if you guys are interested in picking up any of the books that I'm about to talk about, either in the speculation section or the recommendation section, make sure you guys get your pre-orders in by December 4th for your DC Scout and Vault books, and December 5th for your Marvel and all the other indie titles. Alright guys, now that you guys have that information, let's finally dive into all the books that have speculation landing on this weekend's final order cutoff. Alright guys, we're going to start off with my cover lover picks. These are the books that I think might do well on the secondary market based on the cover art alone. And the first one up is Wonder Woman number 795, the David Nakayama cover. I think this might be one of the first times that someone's actually captured the essence of Wonder Woman. She is both strong, really she's bulky, but she's also really beautiful. And she just looks like a badass in this picture. I would actually believe that she would be able to beat the crap out of a lot of people. And you know what? That is amazing, because that is what Wonder Woman is supposed to look like. David Nakayama, you knocked this cover out of the park. And you know what? No one's really collecting Wonder Woman besides just for the covers. So you know what? I think this is probably one of the best Wonder Woman covers we've seen in a long time, except for maybe that Jen Bartel 90s cover where she was wearing the mom jeans and everything. That was freaking amazing. But guys, this one is also really cool. Guys, let me know what you think about this cover down in the comments below, because I really dig this cover. Now, the next cover that we're gonna cover is Miracle Man Silver Age #4, the Stephanie Hans cover. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea who this character is on this cover. Is it like a female version of Miracle Man? Is it someone else? I probably should have read the description, but this is Cover Lovers. I am basing my decision based on this cover art alone, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and I think people are gonna think it's gorgeous as well, and they're gonna wanna pick this up after they see this cover. Now, is everyone gonna see this cover before final order cutoff? No. Are they gonna walk into the shop and possibly see someone else have this and be like, oh man, I wish I had that, and then they're gonna go online and try to find it? Well, maybe this cover will do well in the secondary market, maybe it won't. Guys, let me know down in the comments below what you think. All right, guys, now with my cover lover picks out of the way, let's dive into the books that actually have speculation. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into this list. There's only 5 books on it, so this should be nice, short, and sweet. And the first one up is Star Wars: The Nameless Terror #1. Now, the synopsis says, something evil stalks the ruins of Dana, a ruthless predator, an unknown terror, a nameless fear. Is that really speculation? I don't know Star Wars that well, but guys, if this is actually good Star Wars spec, guys, let me know down in the comments, because I have no idea if that's actually good or not. Guys, next up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, The Lost Years #1. This is a spin-off series from The Last Ronin, a future dystopian Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story. Again, is that really speculation? All right, guys, next up is Batman #131. This is a possible cameo appearance of Red Mask mentioned in the solicitations for Batman #132. Now, that is good speculation, because you're speculating on if Red Mask is actually going to have a cameo in this book. So that's some pretty good speculation. Next up is Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City #4. This is all wrapped around the code that's in the book. There's nothing actually in the guts of this book, but there is a code for Batman Gotham Knights that you can get and get something free in the game or something. So, you know, people buy this and then sell it to the gamer. So that is your spec on that book. Next up, in the last book that actually has speculation, is Wakanda #4. Now, this is a 5-issue miniseries. This is the 4th book in that series, and this is the origin of Ben-Hazin. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but guys, that is the origin of a character, and origins are sometimes pretty good speculation. All right, guys, those are the 5 books that I found on Final Order Cutoff that have speculation. Stick around, and I'll give you my Final Order Cutoff spec picks of the week. Alright, guys, after going back over this very short list, and even if you include the 2 cover lover picks, we only have 7 books to choose from to possibly make some money on some speculation. But guys, after going back over the list, I would honestly say save your money. This is a great week to save your money, because there's no book that's screaming at me, Bruce, buy me, you can make some serious cash on this. There's no like solid story or solid villain or hero that we can actually speculate on. So guys, save your money. Save it for a week where there's a book that's coming out that's gonna scream at you, this is the moneymaker, this is what we speculate on. Because right now, none of those books are saying it, so save your money for another week, and that is Final Order Cutoff speculation. So let's dive into the new section of Final Order Cutoff recommendations, where I'm gonna recommend some new #1s or some books that I think are absolutely worthy of your time based on the story itself. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive in. Alright guys, I am so excited about this new section on my Final Order Cutoff video, because there are some really cool books that I skip over every single week that supposedly do not have speculation, but I think sound so freaking cool. And we have 3 new #1s to talk about in this video. So let's go ahead and dive into the first one, which is Mosley #1. Now, this is coming from Boom Studios, and I'm going to go ahead and read you the preview synopsis. From Farmhand creator Rob Gilroy and Sam Lothai, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Mosley is a satirical sci-fi blockbuster perfect for fans of God Country and Ghost Cage. In the hyper-technological world of the later 21st century, Mosley is a bitter, old janitor on a mission from a higher power to unleash holy hell upon the too-big-to-fail tech gods. Can one man bring down the corporate powers who've used their vast influence to oppress an all-too-complacent human race and hopefully win back the favor of his estranged family while he's at it? Mosley is taking up the holy hammer, and you better believe he's gonna smash some shit until he sets mankind free. Each issue has wall-to-wall content and will feature a bonus story by series writer Rob Gilroy starting in issue number 2. Now, I just think that sounds super fun and super cool, and I hope it's action-packed. Now, I will be honest, I did not read Farmhand, so I don't know much about Rob Gilroy, but I'm excited about this concept. And I am super duper excited about the variant cover done by Jorge Corona. He posted it on his Instagram account, and I was like, you know what? Based on just this cover alone, I'm gonna check this book out. And when I did, and when I read the synopsis, I was like, oh man, I gotta check this book out. And just check out this cover. This makes me want to read the book alone. He's got like this crazy hammer that's the shape of a fist, and there's just like tech shit broken around all around him. This is so freaking cool. And that is the first book that I think you guys might want to consider picking up on this final order cutoff, because Mosley just sounds really, really cool. And if you enjoyed Farmhand, you will most likely enjoy this. All right, guys, what is the next book that I think you guys might want to consider based on the story alone? All right, guys, the next book that I think you guys might want to consider picking up is Spy Superb #1. This is a 1 of 3 miniseries written and drawn by Matt Kindt. Now, I've read some stuff by Matt Kindt in the past, and I'm blanking on the names of those titles, but I think I remember enjoying them. What really sold me on this book, and I picked up this book when it was on previews last month, was the synopsis. I personally thought the synopsis sounded really funny and enjoyable, so that's why I am going to read this to you now, and hopefully you will agree with me. Now, this is Spy Superb #1. From New York Times best-selling and Harvey Award-winning graphic novelist Matt Kindt comes the latest from Flux House humorous espionage adventure. It's John Wick meets Wes Anderson, which I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan. I think that's what really sold me on this. In this mystery thriller about a secret organization that's developed the perfect spy. Who is the perfect spy? A spy who doesn't even realize they are a spy, aka the useful idiot. This particular useful idiot is named Jay. Jay is sent on missions without even realizing he's on a mission, until he picks up the wrong phone and the wrong secret intel, and now the Russian hit squads and elite assassins are after him. But Jay believes he is a sleeper agent, and he really is the Spy Superb. His complete obliviousness and lack of survival skills may be the only thing that saves him in this globe-trotting espionage tale, where nothing is what it seems, but also kind of actually is what it seems. I don't know, that just sounds really fun to me, and the B cover for this is absolutely excellent. Guys, what do you think of that synopsis? A spy who doesn't know he's a spy and he's kind of like a bumbling idiot. Is that gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? And what I also liked about the variant covers is that he has like a belly, so he obviously is just kind of like a Joe Schmo, and he's not gonna have those survival skills, but how is he gonna circumvent all these like assassins and hit squads? I don't know, and I'm really excited to find out. So that is the second book that I think you guys might want to consider on this final order cutoff based on the story alone. All right, guys, we have one more book to go over. Let's go ahead and find out what that is. All right, guys, the last book is another independent. It's from AWA Studios, and it's called Trojan. Now, what really drew me to this was actually the cover. The cover is done by the great Jeff DeCall, and it looks absolutely amazing. But then I read some of the synopsis, and I was like, oh my god, this book sounds amazing. I really want to read this. So let's go ahead and dive into the information for this book. And the first thing, it is written by Daniel Cross and art by Marco Lesko and Lacey. So I don't know who those people are, but that's okay. This is an independent, and I always give independents a shot. All right, so let's dive into the synopsis for this book. Once upon a time, we lived alongside legends, creatures of myth, centaurs, fauns, gorgons, kelpies, gnomes, and more. They were spectacular, majestic, powerful, peaceful, pure. In comparison, we were ugly, weak, warmongering, rotten. It is any wonder we cannot live alongside them any longer. After driving these legends from the fringes of society, an uglier form of mythos takes shape in the form of rumors of live snuff shows for dark web high rollers. When a mysterious young woman, Nessa, enlists the help of a hacker to take a tour of the grisliest corners of the dark web, she sets in motion a war between those who peddle to mankind's darkest fantasies in a world that transcends imagination. Trojan is a fantasy thriller full of wonder and horror in equal measure. That just sounds awesome. I am a huge fan of fantasy, so when they were talking about fairies and all that stuff at the beginning, I was like, ooh, that sounds really cool. Gnomes and like probably dwarfs and I don't know, all kinds of the fantasy shit. I love that stuff. But then there's the horror element. So people who really like horror will probably really be into that. And when you mash them together, that just sounds like it could be really freaking cool. Now, I do personally hope it stays away from like Red Room style stuff, because that was just too much for me. I couldn't handle it and I didn't like it. But the fantasy stuff, maybe mixed with a little bit of horror, just sounds freaking awesome. And they get Jeff DeCall to do the cover A for this book. That is just awesome. So those are the 3 books that I think you guys might want to consider. Those are my recommendations to read for Final Order Cutoff. I hope you guys enjoyed this new section. It was actually a lot of fun to bring these new books to you guys' attention, and maybe you guys will find some new books to pick up, and that is the whole point of this section, is finding really cool new reads. Now, obviously, these are new number 1s. I don't know if they're actually good or bad, but these are my suggestions that you guys might want to take a shot on. All right, guys, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Alright guys, we are at the end of the video. If you guys have made it this far, you guys know exactly what I'm going to say. I'm first going to say thank you for watching this long into the video, and then I'm going to tell you, you guys are legends. Thank you guys so much for supporting by watching this long into the video. Now next up is, if you guys are not subscribed, get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notification, and smash that like button if you like content just like this. Now I've missed a few weeks in a row. I missed 3 weeks in a row on Final Order Cutoff, but guys, I am back because I'm more invigorated by this new style of video. Speculation, but also the recommendations. I think that's going to be a really fun part that I can bring to you, because I love new comic books. New comic books is my thing. I enjoy picking up new comic books, reading new comic books, and also researching about comics that are coming up. And that's also hopefully going to give me the opportunity to maybe reach out to some new writers and maybe even do some interviews, even though I know that's Greg, the bearded comic bros thing. But guys, maybe I can bring a different style of interview to the table and also get you guys maybe some cool information from these creators. So that is the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Guys, let me know down in the comments below, did you enjoy this style of video? If you guys really do miss the new comic book day speculation stuff, maybe I can find a way to bring that back, maybe in a separate video, or maybe just do it quicker. But I personally, I do not miss it. But maybe I can bring it back just for you guys. All right, guys, that is it. That is everything that I need to tell you and ask of you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next week on Tuesday with my must-have pickups. And guys, don't forget, December 16th, we're doing our live stream. There is one little note. We are going to move it from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., the old comics and beer time slot. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.